Hi everyone, welcome back to another Chart With Me video. And in this video, we are going to trade gold. So before we get into the charts and mark things up, let me go ahead and go to the weekly time frame. So I make these videos so that way you can get better at chart analysis because when you do that, then there's a higher probability for you to be profitable inside of the market. Of course, there's some other stuff that goes into it, but charts are definitely a key part of that. So let's go ahead and look at the weekly time frame. And as you can see on the weekly time frame here, we have this bearish engulfing candle. And this candle not only went above the previous week's candle, but it also went below the previous week's candle. So let me scoot that over a little bit. So this tells me that for the week that's coming up, there's a higher probability for a price to continue to move lower for this upcoming week. Obviously, we don't know that 100%, but based on probabilities and what we see right now in the market, this is definitely a possibility for us. So if we look at some weeks back, we see that price essentially did the same thing before. We see the bullish candle, we see the bearish candle, and then we see that this week closed bearish, and then that next week also closed bearish as well. So just kind of looking at the patterns inside of the market gives us some sort of clue as to what could possibly happen inside of that market. All right, so now let's go down to the daily. Cool, we're already on that. So one of the biggest things that I see here inside of the market is this area where price sold off and then formed a support. And then we have some consolidation inside of here. So let's go ahead and mark that stuff off so that way we can have this on our charts for the upcoming week. So I'm going to do that, Control C and then Control V. I'm making these levels really slim because when we go down to lower time frames, it's going to look like a really big zone if we don't. And then it's going to be really confusing as to how we should enter that particular trade. So that was one of the issues I kept running into when I first started off trading and led to a lot of confusion. So this is why I do this now that I have the experience. Okay, so let's go ahead. Okay, so that looks good. So I'm actually going to do another level. Control C, Control V. I'm actually going to do another level right here around 2375, mainly because it formed this nice support before pushing up and creating all-time highs inside of this market. So I am going to do another one. So I'm going to do this level right here around 2300, mainly because this was a nice push-up area. Although there is some consolidation in here, I may make some adjustments when I go down to lower time frames, but for right now, it's going to look like this. So let's copy that level again, and then I'm going to mark off this level right here around 2285, mainly because we have a nice support and a bunch of rejections right here on the daily time frame. Of course, let's go down to the H4 time frame so that way we can see how these levels are looking. And so far, these are looking amazing. So there is another level that I do want to mark off that I'm seeing, and this is resistance level at this all-time high zone. So I may make some additional adjustments when I go down to H1, but for right now, this is looking good. Right now, this is also looking good. This is looking good. We got a nice support level. We got another resistance level kind of matching up, which is awesome. I'm not going to drag that over just because I want to keep my charts clean. We got a nice little support level right here. Also a nice little rejection level. We got a nice support level, a bunch of candles right here stopping in the zone around 2300. And then this line, I'm actually going to move it a little bit lower, mainly so that way it touches the support level right here. We do see some rejections in here, so this is also telling me that this is a level where price likes to bounce up from. So this is all on the H4 time frame. Let's go down to the H2 time frame and see what is up. Okay, this still looks good. This still looks good. Maybe, let me see. Let me move. Okay, yeah, this looks better. Okay, I'm just gonna move this up to about 2430, just so that way it touches that resistance. We got support here. That still looks good. Support still looking great there. Support is still looking great. Let me move this up over here. And then support is also still looking good over here at this level right here. So amazing. So let's go down to H1. All right, so one thing that I see off the bat, so this level that I drew, I actually want to push this up to about 2450 because that is the highest point that it made inside of this particular market. And I want to make sure that I account for that. So if price at some point was to come back up here, then I could take a nice trade from here to here. So that'd be nice. But before we get into that, let me make sure that my H1 levels are looking nice, and so far they are. Let me see if I move this down just a little bit. Yeah, I just moved this down just maybe like 20 pips just to make sure that this was touching, this line was touching the top of these two candles. Still looks great. Support still looks good. All right, amazing. Let me go the other way. Okay, this is still looking good. I'm trying to capture the most touches in the market, so I may move this, yeah, right there. So it doesn't have to be perfect, you just kind of got to have it in the zone. And this looks good to me. Okay, and this still looks good to me as well. We see the support, we see all these touches right here. Probably going to leave that alone. Okay, so if we go to where price currently is right here, so the game plan that I would possibly have for this particular market right here, that off the bat, this is obvious to me, is right here. So this right here is a resistance level, a really strong resistance level inside of the market. And it looks like price tried to push up so many times from this level, but wasn't able to. Now, in the live market, if I see one of my entry signals appear during a live market, a nice counter trade idea could be right here, pushing up, probably stopping somewhere in this zone. But I just like to draw this level just because you don't really know where price is actually going to stop, but you do have some clues. So this will be a nice counter trend idea, but for the most part, I'm going to be interested in sells, mainly because the most immediate trend is sells, even though when we saw on the weekly and a daily time frame, the long-term trend for gold was bullish. Right now it's sales, so I want to go ahead and focus on sales. And looking at my trading journal, I noticed that when I do counter trend trades, it's usually 50-50. But when I take trades with the trend, it's usually a higher win rate of somewhere between 60 to about 70-75% of the time. So just want to stick with what works for me and my trading strategy. So sells right there or from there to there. And then if price comes down here, this could be another trade idea for me as well inside of the market. Cool. Just pretty much waiting and just seeing what is happening with the price. And let me see if there's something else that I want to cover. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, this is my simple game plan for this upcoming week. Just knowing that based on what's happening right here, price could bounce up, which is why I only did this sell, or I would only do the sell from here to here, and then just kind of wait and see what happens if price continues to push down. And of course, I'm waiting for these things inside of my session. I'm not looking at the charts 24/7, just trying to get a trade because when I started off trading, I used to do that and used to lose a lot. So focus on your session. So anyway, this is my breakdown for this particular market. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you're already not give it a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Bye.